So the topic I chose was adoption and as well as foster parenting. And this purpose of this is to encourage others to help children if they are able to, and what they can expect and things that can go on. So the visual aid I'll be using later on is my morning and night routine. And the evidence I have used is definitions, facts, examples, as well as statistics. And the speech style I used was Monroe's motivated sequence. Now, whenever we become adults and are stable in life, we should adopt a child or become a foster parent if you are able to. So many children don't have a nice home and don't have a warm bed to stay in every single night, every day. But we are very fortunate to have that. Most of us are. So we need to be more considerate of those children and of those other people, and don't take everything for granted. So first, I would like to talk about what adoption and fostering exactly is. Next, I will talk about how you can adopt. And lastly, I'll talk about what you can expect to see when you become a foster parent as well as adopt a child. So many parents adopt or become a foster parent to help children who are less fortunate than we are. The first thing I'll be talking about is what adoption and fostering is, and I use steps and logical arguments. So first type of evidence was about adoption. And adoption is the act or fact of when you legally take another person's child and bring it up as one's own, which is the fact of being adopted. And it's the legal process when another person becomes a parent to a child. And the source I used was Introduction to Adoption Child Welfare Information Gateway. Now, foster parenting. What is it? Some more evidence I have for that is there are people who officially take a child into their family for a period of time without becoming the child's legal parent. And the source I used was DCS Foster Care. Now you know a little bit more about adopting and what foster parenting is kind of like, just the little basics. But now if you really like to adopt a child or become a foster parent, there's some more things than that. There's a lot more things you need to do. So next I'll use solutions available and what you can do. So how do you adopt or become a foster parent? Well, first you really need to educate yourself. That is very important because you need to know what you're getting yourself into if you have no idea. You also have to contact an agent because you have to be able to get through someone to adopt a child or become a foster parent. And lastly, you should probably attend an orientation meeting just to get used to things and get more information about what exactly it is. So those three things are the first beginning steps towards becoming a foster parent or adopting someone. But there are many requirements that have to be done. Some of the most common requirements are you have to be at least 21 years of age or older, as well as passing a physical examination. One more common thing is getting a TB test. That source I used was adoption paperwork and documents needed. Some more evidence I have are about some facts about the advantages right now. So that right now there are fewer families on the waiting list, which is a good thing because there's a shorter wait time for a child match, so you can get one a lot quicker. And you have more of a variety too right now, because they're trying to get all these children into homes, especially with COVID. It's really hard for those places. It's actually cheaper as well. So the source I used was Alternative Family Services. Some more evidence was adoption statistics. And currently, 1/3 of the people in America have thought about adopting a child at one point or another in their lifetime. And about 1.5 million children have been adopted, which is great. And that number continues to go up every single year. And around 100,000 children are still waiting to be adopted. So there's still many people who are in need of a home. And the source I used was Adoption Network. My last evidence is adoption examples. So there are many types of adoption. It's kind of complicated. Some of the kinds are infant, independent, closed, and open adoption. And I found those types of adoption on Types of Adoptions Adoption Center. So like I said, there are many types of adoptions, and when you adopt or become a foster parent, there are some changes that have to be made. So next I will be showing a visual aid for what you can expect that might happen to you. So one of the biggest things that will happen if you become a foster parent or adopt a child, both, either way, you're going to have big changes. And one of the big changes is your usual routines. They're going to change because you have another child in your family. So your morning routine. Your ideal morning routine, like mine, is like I wash my face, I put my medicine on my face, I use lotion, I also brush my teeth, I put my contacts in, or I wear my glasses. But those things might not work out to what you do. You might only be able to wash your face and just brush your teeth. You might just have to throw your glasses on, and you might not have time to put contacts in because it might be a little crazy in the beginning. So also your night routine will probably be changing as well. So they're both changing. At nighttime, I use certain types of lotions. I brush my teeth. I have to clean my retainers so I can put them in, as well as I wash my face and use my medicine on my face as well. And I might not have the most efficient time, so I might have to go buy Danger cleaners and put that in some water for my retainers because I might not have enough time to brush them out top and inside and out. I might just have less time to do those kinds of things. Also, some big changes are appointments. You'll have to see a doctor, a therapist, and some caseworkers for the child's sake. You also will have court dates, which will be very important, about child removal. And those usually last around 3 days. And it's about where the child's living. It's about you as well. It's about a foster home. And you have to be able to change as well because they might have to leave. 1 week, they might be at your house. The next week, they're gone. So you really need to mentally prepare yourself because the child may be removed. You also need to get some support, emotional support, like from your parents or other family members, your spouse, or really great friends. And all the information, I found all of that on what to expect when you first foster care placement. I also have some pictures on a Google Doc of some families outside with some signs and of all different ethnicities. And that's a really good thing that happens too, is people adopt all these young kids, even older kids like my age, that really need to be adopted that don't have a home. So becoming a foster parent or adopting a child is a big change for everyone, you and the child, because of everything that actually has to be done. So as you have heard, adopting and becoming a foster parent are both big responsibilities. And remember, you can go to Adopt US Kids if you're really interested in adopting or becoming a foster parent, because that's one of the best websites that you can get a lot of information on. Because many children are in a foster care and would love to be adopted to have a family who really loves them. So many kids have been adopted, like I have told you. But the best kids are always the ones who get adopted or become your foster child because they really love you and they really respect who you are for doing these amazing things for you. Now I'll go ahead and tell you the rest of my sources if I accidentally skipped one. So I use Adoption Network, U.S. Adoption Statistics, Adoption Network. Another one I used was Adoption Paperwork and Documents Needed, Adopt US Kids, Alternative Family Services, DCS Foster Care, Introduction to Adoption, Child Welfare Information Gateway, Types of Adoption, Adoption Center, as well as what you can expect to see when you first foster care placement. So there's many things to it. But remember, if you were able to, these children would really love you and would really be fortunate to have you.